Most people have no idea what the deer visiting their yard are actually doing after the sun goes down. Tonight, we're going to change that forever. You set up a feeder, you scatter some corn. Maybe you've even named the deer that comes by every evening around dusk. But the moment you go inside, close the blinds, and head to bed, what happens next? Most people assume the deer just wander off, maybe graze a little, and move on. But what's actually happening in your yard at night is something completely different. And once you see it, you'll never look at your backyard the same way again. Deer are crepuscular animals, meaning they are most active during dawn and dusk. But during certain times of year, especially in fall and winter, they shift to being almost entirely nocturnal. Here's what they're actually doing. First, they don't sleep like you do. Deer take micronaps, short bursts of rest lasting only a few minutes at a time, never fully losing awareness of their surroundings. Their ears rotate independently, scanning 310 degrees of sound even while their eyes are closed. Second, they return to your yard with purpose. A deer that visited at 6 p.m. will often circle back between midnight and 3 a.m., not randomly, but following a memorized mental map of every food source in its territory. Your yard is on that map. Third, they communicate at night using scent markings. Bucks drag their hooves and rub their foreheads on low branches, leaving chemical messages for other deer. If you've ever noticed broken twigs or scrapes in the dirt, that's a nighttime conversation you walked in on. Here's something wild. Deer can see in near-total darkness far better than you can. Their eyes have a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, the same thing that makes their eyes glow when headlights hit them. This structure amplifies every photon of available light, giving them what scientists estimate is roughly 50 times better night vision than a human. But here's the twist. Deer are actually red-green, colorblind. Your yard at night appears to them in shades of blue, yellow, and gray. That bright orange feeder, to a deer, it's almost invisible. But the white salt lick, practically glowing. What this means for you: if you want deer to feel comfortable returning to your yard at night, avoid installing bright white lights or motion sensors. To them, a sudden burst of light is a predator signal, and they will not come back. Your yard at night isn't safe for deer in the ways you might think. The biggest threats aren't wolves or mountain lions for most suburban yards. The dangers are far more mundane but just as deadly. Coyotes hunt between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. and will target fawns without hesitation. Dogs left outside create territorial stress that can cause deer to permanently abandon a feeding area. Roads adjacent to yards kill more deer than any predator, and most deer vehicle collisions happen between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Here's what you can do. Plant dense shrub borders along your fence line. Deer feel safer approaching food sources when they have an escape route and cover nearby. A simple brush pile in the corner of your yard can be the difference between a deer that visits once and one that makes your yard its home. You don't need a trail camera to know if deer visited your yard overnight. Here are the signs. Fresh hoof prints with sharp edges mean the visit was recent within a few hours. Blurred or collapsed edges mean the deer came through early in the night. Browsed plants with clean diagonal cuts at 30 to 45 degree angles are a deer signature. Rabbits leave a cleaner horizontal cut. Flattened grass, or matted leaves, in a sheltered corner mean a deer bedded down in your yard. This is a huge trust signal. It means your yard feels safe enough to sleep in. Scattered corn or seed with no other disturbance means your deer are calm feeders, not startled. If the food is scattered chaotically, something spooked them. So tonight, before you go to sleep, take one more look at your yard, because out there in the dark, something is watching, waiting, and following a routine you never knew existed. If you want to know what else your deer are doing that you've never seen, the next video covers the moment a deer actually decides your yard is safe. That one will surprise you. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.